Story time about my sister who was 17 at the time got gunned down in Miami, Little Haiti to be exact, over something her baby father did. So, word on the street was that our baby daddies had robbed this guy, this big drug dealer guy, or whatever the case may be, and apparently he wanted retaliation. So, July 16th, going into the 17th, I was speaking on the phone with my sister. Just our normal calls. Me and her were close out of all our siblings. We were 1 year apart. She called me. We having a normal conversation, and in the midst of our conversation, she's telling me that she was tired of living a fast life and that she was ready to come home. Keep in mind, we are from Miami, but my mom moved us from Miami to Jacksonville, Florida, to get us away from all the gun violence and everything was going on, because we had lost a lot of friends. We were seeing people get shot in front of us. It was just a lot. So she took us out the hood and moved us to the suburbs. So the story that we had heard was that um at the time that it happened, she was at a corner store on the phone with her baby daddy, and she was getting some snacks, and he told her to wait up for him. Mind you, he was riding a bike and did not know that a car was actually following him while he was riding a bike. So he's on the phone with my sister while she's at the store with our other friends, and he's telling them to hold on, wait till he got there. He pulls up, the car sprays bullets, AK-47, and shot all four of them that were on the scene. So before this happened, like I said, me and her were on the phone, and she was telling me that she was ready to change her life. So I took it with a grain of salt. I'm like, girl, please, you're not ready to come home. You're not ready to give up that fast life. Long story short, before we ended our call, our last words were, I love you. I can't remember if it was 30 to 45 minutes or maybe an hour later, but my baby daddy called my phone and was basically screaming like, Lex, Shay just got shot. Shay just got shot. That's all he kept saying. So I'm like, what? I just talked to her. So he was like, tell your mama Shay got shot. Y'all got to get to Miami. I run downstairs and I'm banging on my mama's room door to wake her up and let her know Shay got shot. In the midst of that, her phone is ringing, and by the time friends and stuff are calling her to give her the news, we grabbed like closed for about 2-3 days, got on the road. Keep in mind, Miami to Jacksonville is about a 5-hour drive max. So on the way there, we already had in our mind, or we knew that she had got shot 7 times with the AK-47. My mama had a family friend go to the hospital just to have somebody there with my sister until she was able to touch down. Once the family friend arrived to the hospital and was able to get the doctors to get on the phone with my mom, they told my mom my sister actually had got shot 12 times instead of 7, and that they were also rushing her to immediate surgery. Our car ride to Miami was just straight tears and prayer. Once my mama heard about the 12 bullet holes, she went crazy. Cars went to serving. My auntie was trying to calm my mama down. It was just hectic. By this time, we was halfway to Miami. It was like Jupiter, West Palm Beach area. We get down to Miami. We walk into the ICU room because she was in a trauma unit at Jackson Memorial Hospital. We walk to the back. At this time, my sister had blonde hair in her head, and her blonde hair was covered in blood. Like it was matted up, covered in blood. She got tubes down her throat, all this stuff all over her body. While that, my mom is whispering in her ear because she can't talk, but she can hear. And my mom is telling her, baby, you have to repent. You have to ask God to forgive you. Now is the time so that he can save your life. At this time, the nurse comes back there to basically like check her vitals and stuff or whatever. And she proceeds to tell my mama that in the midst of that emergency surgery, they had to amputate one of her legs because it had gotten an infection and it was spreading. So we both are like boohoo crying, but also trying to keep our composure for my sister because she is still alive. I proceeded to walk closer to her side, to her left side of the bed. And again, she had tubes down her throat, so she can't talk. But I see tears running down her face, and she's mouthing that she wants to go home. So I'm crying, and I'm letting her know, I'm like, sis, I love you. I'm here. Your twin is here. I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. So she's still, of course, crying. The tears are rolling down her face. She's sad. I just so happened to look down while I'm on her bedside, and I see there's a puddle of blood surrounding her bed. So she's just bleeding out. Me being me, I couldn't take seeing my sister like that. Like I said, we were the closest ones out of my siblings. We called each other twin. I just couldn't stomach it. So I went to my baby daddy's house for a couple days. Couple days passed by. We're in and out the hospital checking on her. You know, by this time it's like 2-3 weeks in. We just sleeping on people's couch. You know, because like I said, we moved from Miami, so we didn't have nowhere to go. Hotels had got expensive. And not to mention, I was only 1 month postpartum. I had just had a baby. I will never forget the third weekend. I'm at my baby daddy's house. I'm feeding my baby, and my mama called me crying. And her exact words were, "There's nothing more that the doctors could do." My sister actually was suffering the whole time that she was in ICU. Every single day for those 3 weeks, she was in and out of surgery because the infections were so bad and spreading that they couldn't stop it. By this time, she had lost both of her legs. They had got amputated. She had lost a spleen. She was having kidney failure. It was just one thing after another. So she was suffering, and yeah. So she kept going in and out, and they kept resuscitating her till my mama finally made a decision that she would not allow them to resuscitate her anymore, so that she wouldn't have to continue to suffer from my mama's own selfish reasons, I guess. So August 7th, 2011 was the day that my sister took her last breath at the age of 17. I don't know if y'all heard about it or not, but you definitely can look it up because it was on First 48. Her name is Jaykia Pitts, Jaykia Pitts. And still to this day, here we are 13 years later, still have no answers, no closure, don't know who the actual killers are. The day that they did the shooting, they actually took the car and set it on fire and burnt it. Left no evidence, no traces whatsoever. So we don't know. And I still to this day cannot stand my child's father for what they have done. Because if they had not done that, my sister would still be living today. At least that's what I feel like. I did forget to mention that they did end up killing her baby's father. It was 4 of them on the scene. Only one survived out of all 4 of them. My sister was the one to live for 3 weeks before she passed, but her baby father and our friend also died right there on the scene. Brains splattered all over the store. It was just a gruesome crime scene. So yeah, that's my story time.
Hey y'all, if you enjoyed that video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section down below. This story is really sad, and I do want to send condolences to her and her family. Her sister died so young, and it wasn't even, I guess you could say, wrong place, wrong time. But you would just never know. Like, you honestly, especially dealing with older people. And again, let me not say that. But dealing with people in the streets and stuff like that, you gotta really be careful, because if they can't get to you, they're gonna get to somebody that you love, and it's gonna hurt you. And it's always like a girlfriend, a child, a mama, a grandma. It's always, even though I thought women and kids was off limits, I guess we're not really off limits, but it's real sad. I hope they do get justice, because they did say that the car was found, but it was also burnt up, so that means that there was no evidence left in the car. And yeah, it's just so sad. And again, I hope they get justice. Y'all, I recorded this whole video, and my storage is like killing me right now, y'all. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. So my reaction would be like just a little bit a little short, but I'm gonna figure it out. I promise. I'm not gonna let this defeat me at all. I'm getting this content out. I'm trying to be consistent. Well, I have been consistent since January, so I hope you guys start loving this content. Make sure you put in the comment section what y'all want to see and what type of videos you like and things of that sort. So, like I said before, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and leave that comment in the comment section down below. Deuces.